Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield myself as much time as I consume. Thank you, Madam Chairman. I rise today to offer a very straightforward amendment. But first, I would like to thank Chairman Oberstar for not only for this amendment, but for always working with me on issues of importance to my constituents. Also, the Transportation Committee staff that has been very easy to work with, especially Jim Timon, who's here, for working with me and my staff, Lauren Robitaille, to help draft this important amendment. And of course, I always have to thank Ranking Member Mike. The state of Florida is is truly fortunate to have such a passionate champion and such a passionate advocate for issues that are important to our state. My amendment simply seeks to emphasize the importance of public safety in prioritizing new highway bridge funding, as well as place risk-based priority for rehab and repair on deficient or obsolete bridges that serve as emergency evacuation routes. Now, transportation infrastructure, especially bridges, obviously, play a vital role during emergency situations, during natural disasters. We've all seen that from time to time in many coastal areas, and I refer to especially, obviously, to southern Florida. Bridges, frankly, sometimes provide the only mainland access for millions of residents and of visitors. And during times of emergency, these bridges provide sometimes, again, the only emergency evacuations options, period. And as I said a little while ago, in 2004 and 2005 hurricane seasons, unfortunately, that emphasized the need for safe emergency evacuation routes when millions of Americans faced mandatory evacuations. Now, Florida bridges, as you all know, we're a peninsula surrounded by oceans. Florida bridges sustain additional wear and tear due to frequent storms and saltwater corrosion. My amendment, Madam Chairman, simply emphasizes the importance of ensuring public safety, as well as ensuring that Americans have access to safe evacuation routes during times of disaster or during times of impending of danger. I again urge my colleagues to support this straightforward amendment, and once again I want to thank the Chairman for his great work and for always allowing me to go to him and his staff and the committee staff on issues that are important to my constituents, my state, and I think the country. Thank you, Madam Chairman, and with that I reserve the remaining part of my time.
The gentleman from Florida reserves the balance of his time. For what purpose does the gentleman from Minnesota rise?
Madam Chair, I ask unanimous consent to claim time in opposition, though I do not oppose the amendment.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
I want to thank the gentleman for his kind remarks, but especially for bringing forth this amendment. In the course of consideration of legislation, we can't think of all the circumstances that legislation should cover, and so it's useful and important for us to have members such as Mr. Diaz-Balart who bring to the committee's attention unique circumstances in discrete regions of the country. This amendment will add the consideration of public safety and the availability of evacuation routes as further elements in consideration of the prioritization of bridges that are structurally or structurally deficient or functionally obsolete. We need look no further than the television pictures of the evacuation in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina and Rita and Wilma that flashed across our screen day and night, to see the congestion and the confusion and the problems and even the question of whether the bridge could hold one or another bridge that was on the screen could hold all those vehicles and all the people on those bridges. So the gentleman from Florida, whose state is in the path of nature's fury so often, brings to us a very valuable contribution and one that must be included, and I'm delighted that we are able to accept this amendment, and thank the gentleman for bringing it forth. And I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman from Minnesota yields back his time. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Florida.
Thank you. Just want to again thank the chairman, thank the ranking member and ranking member Duncan as well. And with that, I yield back the remaining part of my time.
The gentleman from Florida yields back the balance of his time. The question is on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Florida. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is adopted.